You know what is the worst thing about my pain? It's mine. Mine alone. I can't ask anyone to hold it for me for a little while, and I can't ask anyone to help me carry it for a little of the way. I can't even ask anyone to understand it or to try to understand how I feel it. It's one of the few things that is mine, and mine alone. Pain and dreams. All mine, only mine. Pain can be classified basically in two types, acute or chronic. Acute pain is like fire. It can be as minor as a single flame, or it can be as consuming as the roaring all hands on deck, raging fire that consumes hundreds of thousands of acres and destroys homes, businesses, and lives as it roars across the landscape. Chronic pain is like the burn that remains when the flames are extinguished. It can burn at steady state, or it can oscillate between a low simmer and a stabbing char that lasts for months or years or a lifetime. Left untreated or poorly treated, that burn eventually starts to eat away at your identity and then your soul. In the United States, there are 100 million people in a year who deal with some kind of chronic pain. Unfortunately, this number is low because that study doesn't take into account the number of children and military personnel who are suffering with chronic pain. The cost in the United States in a year to treat and deal with chronic pain is $635 billion. This cost includes the cost of treatment, as well as the cost lost to the economy, to the workplace, absences, going home, and low productivity. I do not remember a time in my life when I have not felt some kind of pain. On April 9th of this year, I had my 20th surgery. One of my first surgeries at the age of 16 was meant to remove a pea-sized cyst. Unfortunately, that cyst turned out to be the size of a golf ball, and the local anesthesia failed. So I felt every slice, every stab, and every stitch during that 45-minute procedure. That was part of the beginning of my relationship with pain. I know what it's like to hurt so much and for so long that when I sat at my kitchen table looking at 5 newly filled, mostly narcotic pain prescriptions, I thought, if I just take all of these, my pain will finally be gone. But the energy and the effort was too much of a cost, and so I chickened out. By my mid-20s, I had become an expert at mixing alcohol and narcotics so that I could numb the pain enough that I could sleep at night. By 30, I had kicked narcotic pain dependency twice, and fearing the road that I was heading down, I turned to exercise to help reach that endorphin high to subdue the pain. I work out at least once a day, but sometimes twice, and sometimes 3 times to help deal with the pain. So now what? What does all of this mean? This broad stroke view of the national pain story interwoven with my own. Obviously, pain is costly. It's costly by every definition of the word. Costly to business, costly to the person, costly to the family, costly to the future. As you look at this next slide, the top 4 treatments listed here are all drug-based. Usually when you go in to see an anesthesiologist who works at a pain clinic, they're going to tell you, we're going to give you a narcotic, we're going to give you a nerve block, we're going to give you an antidepressant. I can tell you from my own experience, while drugs are a wonderful option for acute pain, it doesn't work for chronic pain. Your body adjusts. You take more and more. Several times in my life, I've been taking 5 narcotics at once, and I still hurt. I didn't sleep well, I couldn't function well, and I only take it now at the most acute times of pain. It also affects your dreams. It affects your daily functioning. It affects your energy levels. Unfortunately, alternative treatments are the last option. They're options that some clinics don't even think about. Physical therapy, surgery. That's another favorite option. The biggest now what is for me. I have a very unique position in life. With 20 plus years of experience working with athletes and pain patients in clinic settings, plus a lifetime of my own experience managing and living with my own pain, it gives me a very unique perspective. I now know my own what and my own why. Now I need to figure out the how to become a pain managed specialist, how to turn my experiences into a benefit for the people around me. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster.